peace, light, and love. This is Shoshana. Shoshana, the lesson is over after a wonderful lesson by Shivananda Yoga. And this is page 20 of the paper today. Very, very important. A will of yesterday was Holocaust Memorial Day. So somebody knocked on the door of this woman, and sadly it was too late. The body of Dr. Magda Greif, 87, was found in her apartment. There was a will. I don't have family and I'm ill. This is the will. This is what they found. She said, I don't have family in the country or abroad. I am leaving. She's leaving. She has a lawyer, and she wrote the address. There is no reason. I am very ill. There's no. I died not because of a crime. I'm very ill. So please save. Sadly, number 4. Please save my birds. 3 cages. And I think she signed. So she hung this on the wall, and she mentions the rabbi of the community of Avraham Yosef and asks that he will bury her. She was a doctor and a lecturer. This woman was a doctor and a lecturer at the university. And yesterday, a volunteer, he got a phone call from the rabbi who told him about a woman living alone that doesn't answer the phone. And last time was the eve of Passover. Sorry, it's not good enough. If somebody doesn't answer the phone, you call the police. She's all alone, and it's Corona. Where did she go? And he said it's hard to describe it. It's the scene. The woman was no longer, it was a terrible state. She died at the eve of Passover. It's really, this woman, she was alone. She doesn't have children. Her mother, who came with her to Israel, died a few years ago. She was a lecturer, and this is crazy. She was a lecturer at the faculty of medicine, a pathologist. And she was a member of the staff of the Ben-Gurion University. She was a very warm-hearted woman. She was everybody's grandmother. The rabbi said from 1975, we had a contact. She never talked about the Holocaust. Every week or 2 weeks, my husband would talk with her. Sorry, that's not enough. She was very independent and wouldn't go to nursing home. A woman who lived next to her said they would come once a week, were visiting her. Last time was the eve of Passover, and she said she kept in touch with her for 40 years. She said it was a healthy woman. She's 87 years old. At the eve of Passover, she said happy holiday, and since then we haven't heard from her. Pick up the phone. How much does it take? Pick up the phone. She didn't like the people help her. She wanted to be alone. Pick up the phone. 5 minutes. How are you doing? She doesn't answer the phone. You call the police. You call the ambulance. You call medical assistance. If she doesn't pick up the phone, you call medical assistance. All you have to do. One time too often. And you call every day. And if you call for 2 or 3 days and nobody's answering the phone, you get the ambulance there. I'm not saying, okay, right away, but after 2 or 3 days. But excuse me, what are we now? 22nd of April? This is 2 weeks ago. This woman was lying dead for at least 2 weeks. What's going on? So at the eve of Holocaust, this is when you remember. And the rabbi is probably a nice man, but I'm sorry. How busy can you be? There's no... okay, you don't have to organize anything. You don't have to even organize a prayer. There's a woman alone. She's all alone. She's 87 years old. You pick up the phone. So if you have anybody in your building who's alone, wherever you are, knock on their door, especially if they have animals. I'm very upset. Those animals 2 weeks, no food. They probably died. I cannot even imagine the horrific scene. The poor woman is dead. The animals are dead. If you know somebody who has animals living alone, or somebody who's living alone, first of all, knock on their door, pick up the phone. It doesn't take a lot. Find out if there is getting help to them. So I urge also every person, the animal shelters, adopt an elderly person with an animal. Make sure the animals are okay, and you will benefit like that. You will get some. You could just mention the fact that it would be helpful for a lot of animals that have been abandoned, and it's a win-win situation. So I think it's time for animal shelters to find a new cause. People living alone with animals. There are a lot of people that live alone with animals. Adopt them. Adopt these elderly people. Call them every single day, morning and night, twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. And in case nobody answers, you ask the police. Thank you very much.